Hi everyone, I want to welcome you to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name's Carol, and in today's intuitive daily reading, we're going to be doing a 3-card spread. So in the first part of the reading, I'm going to be looking at what issue or situation you're sitting with. It could be a struggle, decision you have to make. Could be a situation with a friend, an intimate partner, colleague at work, something going on with you right now. And then we're going to look at, what's impacting this situation. So what needs to heal in order for this situation to kind of work itself out? And it's going to be something that's coming up from your shadow. Now, so we're going to be doing some shadow work. If you're not familiar with those two terms, shadow or shadow work, I've left a video, and I think it's the first link in my description box, that it's a really powerful video that's going to help you out. And it gives you kind of 4 steps that I use that helps me with my own shadow work journey. And then in the last part of the video, I'm going to be looking at some guidance from the tarot. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite just to pull out 3 cards from that. Then I'll clarify it with the Light Seer's Tarot. Now, also what you're going to find in my description box is my yearly readings that I put out in January. And you can take a look at those. They're all in there. The links are there for you. And I also put out monthly readings, and then I put out mid-month readings. So if you like my channel, if you like what you're seeing, I hope you subscribe. It is a healing channel, so I know that some of you might have clicked off already and you're not here listening. But I mean, if you're on this journey, if you're really wanting to become more self-aware, you're wanting to heal some of your stuff from your childhood, and this is what this is all about. I've been on my own healing journey for a number of years, an intensive healing journey myself, or my own complex trauma. And so I think what I can offer you here is a bit of advice, as to what's helped me along the way. So let's begin. And I'm going to ask the tarot for 1 card for the issue or the situation that you're sitting in. Ooh, and that came out quickly. So we have the 2 of Wands here for you. The 2 of Wands. And now we're going to look at what's coming up from your shadow. Okay, 1 card for that, please. What's coming up for your shadow today that maybe you might want to look at? That has to do with that 2 of Wands. And there's 2 cards here. So I'm going to put them both back after I've pulled it off the floor here. Okay, try that again. 1 card for what's coming up in your shadow. I'm sitting up straight so it doesn't fly off the table. I'm not sure that's going to help it, but we'll see. Okay, there's one that, there you go. Who wants to fall out? And I let it fall out. The Queen of Pentacles is the card for sitting in your shadow. I was going to ignore it, but it was just kind of tipping out more and more. Okay. Advice from the tarot. I need some advice. 1 card, please. And this is turned up, and it is the 6 of Pentacles. I was reading it upside down. The 6 of Pentacles. Let's take the Light Seer's deck. Just going to shuffle it a couple times here. And I like to shuffle it. I shuffle it off a lot when I'm right before the camera, and then I shuffle it a couple times when I come on. I think it's important to do that. Kind of get your energy. Okay, here we go. What do they need to hear? So I'm going to ask for 3 cards for this. 2 clarifiers here. 3 cards for the 2 of Wands, please. Oh, I got too many there. Would have been nice if it was 3, but it was too many. 3 cards, please. Okay, we got 1 flying out. You got the Tower coming up here. The Tower. 2 more cards, please. Nah, too many cards. And then they messed up my other ones. 2 cards, please. Two more cards. Okay, we got the Death card in reverse. And one more card here that flew out. 10 of Pentacles here. The 10 of Pentacles. All right. Queen of Pentacles. 3 cards, please. Clarify this. What's coming up in the shadow? One card here that's fallen out at the end. The 4 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Cups in reverse. 2 more cards. Two more cards. There's one. And one came up here. So we have the 4 of Wands. 2 4s. And the Devil. Devil. And finally the 6 of Pentacles, please. Ooh, that one wanted to come out. The 7 of Swords. Guidance from the Tarot. 2 more cards. Two more cards. One card's fallen out here. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And one more. One more card and we can get going with this reading. Nope, too many. Woo, there we go. The Strength card, nice card to end with in reverse right here. All right, let's pull those out a bit. Okay, all right, so what situation are you sitting in right now? Well, 2 of Wands comes up as your situation here. So, yeah, 2s are all about the beginning, first of all. It's a beginning. It's not the total beginning, but it's at the beginning of the, it's not the Ace. The Aces are really the beginning of the suit, but the 2 comes next. So sometimes it's about a decision. So it could be a bit of a conflict you're sitting in with some decision you have to make about something. And Wands, the suit of Wands is all about, you know, sort of where we want to take our life. You know, this individual's looking out and he's realizing that his world right here is really small, and he's looking out here and he's got, he's seeing some bigger things out there, and he's taking his wands and, you know, one of them is attached here. And so, like, I think, you know, somebody has really, it's kind of a picture of someone that's thought that they kind of knew where they were going, but then they're starting to kind of have a nudge of, you know, maybe there's something bigger out there for me. Sometimes we get kind of comfortable in our situation, but then the universe kind of comes in and kind of says, you know, maybe there's something else out there for you. And I'm saying that because right behind it is the Tower card. So the Tower card is like this big universal force that comes in, and we all have them in our life. It's kind of where, you know, we've been sitting comfortable, maybe, I'm going to use that word, like I said, and you know, maybe we kind of know there's something we want to do, or something has happened in your life that is kind of shaken you up. And you know, I apologize if it's something that's been very, very painful, because sometimes these Tower moments can be very, very painful, and we need to work through the pain of them, you know. But I'm seeing here that something has happened in your life where, you know, it's changing you, and it's probably going to change the direction that you're going in. It's a Tower moment. Tower moments are powerful. It's a major arcana card. And the card that comes after our Tower is the healing. And so there's always some healing that has to take place when a Tower card comes in. And the Death card comes in reverse. And the Death card kind of says, you know, when we're on this journey, when we're healing from something like this Tower card here, the Death card comes in and says, you know, sometimes there are things that need to leave, or people that need to leave, some things that we need to let go of. You know, sometimes it could be an idea of what we had, of what the way our life was going to be. And then all of a sudden something happens and it's like, no, this isn't the way my life's going to be anymore, because something changes. Or, you know, you realize that there's certain people that have to leave your life because of the situation that's happened here. This is what's going on with you, where you're realizing that, you know, things are leaving, something's leaving, it's changing, your life's changing here. And the Ten of Pentacles comes in, and the Ten of Pentacles is a very interesting card. And it, you know, first of all, it speaks of like this generation of, you know, this family here. And I think some people call it the family card or something, but it's this generation. Everything looks good here on the outside, right? Everything looks good. Happy family. I have a dog here, and you know, in the Rider-Waite deck, it has an old man here sitting at the front, which really shows you know, the generation of individuals. But this is what, you know, kids in the background playing. So it does look like, you know, happy family, but then it's got this, you know, this symbol at the top. I think you can see it better here. This is the, you know, these 10 or 11 nodes here, but this is a 10. So it's the 10 nodes that are all intertwined, interconnected here, right? This is what's called the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. And this is a card where it comes from the Jewish culture. And it's a card where it's like a map or a tool that's used to kind of dig into your past, dig into where you've come from, and kind of helps you decide, you know, where you're going. A lot of self-awareness here going on. And so I'm wondering if this is where you're sitting here, where you're kind of looking at your past, you're starting to take a peek at your childhood, and just because something's happened here in your life where just shaking you up a bit, and you're like, you know, this is where you thought you were, and then you're kind of looking like, where am I going now? Like, something's happened to me and I'm not quite sure. And so you're sitting in a place where you're quite shaken up. You know, you might be losing people. You're feeling like you've lost something, and yeah, so you're starting to look at your past and going, you know, what's going on here? Like, trying to figure out, trying to bring a more awareness to what's going on. And in your shadow, what's having an impact on this is your shadow is the Queen of Pentacles. My queen is my feminine side. All my queens are the feminine side of us. We all have a feminine side and we have a masculine side. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with your gender. But the Queen of Pentacles is all about the body. All about the body. The pentacle is the body. All about getting grounded. All about getting out of our head and back into our body. And why do we want to get back into our body? Well, if we look at this card again, she has all this water flowing in behind her. And she's so grounded, like she's very earthly. She's part of the earth almost here. Very abundant, very receptive energy, and very receptive and very in tune and in touch with her emotions. And so in our shadow, you know, this card is really about, you know, once we get out of our heads, because if we're because of this Tower moment that's happened in your life, and it's taken you in a new direction here, it's taking you in a new direction, you're going to have a lot of spinning going on in your head of all kinds of thoughts. And, you know, we always get driven by what's in our head and our thoughts. And so now this reading is asking you, it's time to get out of your head, and we have to get back in our body, because that's where all our answers are. That's where all our emotions are. And it's going to tell you a lot about the direction that you're meant to go in right now. And I know a lot of us don't want to do that. We don't want to get back into the body and start to feel. But it's in feeling our emotions that we're going to find out where we're supposed to go next. Because I can see you're sitting here you're wondering, where am I supposed to go next? You know? And the Four of Cups is here. And the Four of Cups is in reverse. And the Four of Cups are this person who's sitting here, has been sitting here for quite a long time. With these 3 cups here and they, there's another offer here, right here from the universe saying, here's another cup. And cups are all about our emotions. And so you could have been sitting quite a long time in a comfortable position here where, you have not been in touch with your emotions. You're not wanting to feel a lot of your childhood stuff and stuff that's been sitting in your shadow. The stuff that we bury in our shadow are the things that people told us about ourselves. Sometimes they're not the nicest things that we have to deal with. And a lot of our emotions that, we have these inner children sometimes that need to grieve. And we have to face a lot of our fears. And this is in resistance here. So I'm seeing that it has been blocked. Like you've been sitting here, maybe you've been on this journey before, been on this journey for a while, and you've decided, I'm done with feeling. I'm done with dealing with my past stuff. I've put it all away. I've heard this so many times where I've done all my healing and that's enough, and now I'm going to live my life. There's a lot more to go. We're always on this journey and we're always healing. Always something to heal. And so this is what this Four of Cups is kind of saying. There is another chance for you to heal here. But there has been a resistance to getting back in your body and feeling some of these things. And the Four of Wands comes in here. And the Four of Wands is like, it's called the celebration card, right? And you have these wands usually that they're at the back. They're holding back this teepee back here, right? They're holding it up, I suppose. Or no, they're just with the fire, the wands of fire at the top here. And, wands are creative energy. Wands want to take us where we're supposed to go. But in your shadow, there is a part, what people don't realize is that, yes, we have all these belief systems and things that we've put away that we don't want to deal with that are sitting in our unconscious, but they also have some gifts in there. Once we start to peel away at our trauma, and we all have trauma on a continuum, once we start to peel away at all these emotions and this trauma that we have, sometimes we have these gifts and we can celebrate, who we are. And this is like a celebration of connecting to ourself. And this is what the shadow wants you to do, is start to connect, to ground into your body. This Queen of Pentacles, ground back into your body and connect with some of these emotions to start to feel who you are. And the Devil card comes up next, which tells me that, this card will come up when it talks about addictions. And there's only one reason why, we get addicted to anything. It could be social media. It could be running. It could be, pornography. It could be alcohol, drugs. You can get addicted to almost anything. Believe it or not, there was a part of me that's got addicted to my readings at one point because my addictive part of me wanted to get me, come on, you got to do all these readings and, keep me really, really busy doing all these readings, but not have a life and not being able to heal on the side. And so, there's part of you that wants to numb this pain. And so I'm seeing here, because this came out, that there could be right now, a tendency to numb your pain. And we're all aware of our addictions. Nobody has to tell us that we have them. And we have them for a reason. My biggest one is overeating and food. And it's been a difficult one because we all have to eat, right? But it's been tough where, I've had to work through a lot of my stuff in order for my addiction, for me to become very much aware. And I think that's the first step here, is that in your shadow is just to become aware of how you have been numbing, just to bring awareness to it, of how you have been numbing your emotions and getting to what you need to get to, in order for you to take your life in a new direction in order for you, because there's a tower moment here, there's more healing that needs to be done, and that's going to take us in the new direction. That'll take us to the other side. And the Six of Pentacles as comes up for your guidance from the tarot. And the Six of Pentacles is, the number 6 for me is a duality card in all my suits. It has this aspect of giving and receiving, or losing and winning, you know, that kind of duality. And this card is about, it's in reverse, but it's about, in upright position, it's about giving and receiving. These people right here are receiving money, receiving coins here, pentacles, from this rich man. Looks like he's, or whoever he is, he's delving out. You know, this individual, this beggar says, you know, I'm worth 3 pentacles. I think I'm worth 3. So I'm going to weigh out. I'm going to balance out this. Here you go. Here's your 3. And it's whatever you think you're worth. I'm gonna weigh it out, and that's what you're gonna get. Well, I think I'm worth 4 pentacles. Okay, well, here's your 4 pentacles. And so this is really a card of our self-worth, and it's pentacles, and pentacles can be about self-worth and how we feel about ourselves. Pentacle is the body, right? And so I'm seeing here that that's in reverse here, and so, you know, I think the universe wants you to look at, I think your self-worth is really taken a hit here by this tower moment. And so you're just not in a position here where you're feeling worthy of anything. And that this numbing here comes out here a lot of times to really tell, you know, that really tells us a lot, that you're numbing this pain of, you know, this self-worth, this low self-worth that you have for yourself. And so the universe wants you to look at this, like, where is this coming from? Because behind it we have the 7 of Swords, and this is the thief card. He's running away, stealing. You have these, you know, these crows, you know, trying to alert someone that he's stealing. You're stealing these mental thoughts, because swords are all about mental thoughts, mental belief systems. So it's time right now to examine. The universe wants you to become self-aware and start to examine, where did you steal these belief systems about yourself? And really, if it's unworthiness, shame, it's not something that we stole from somebody. It's not, shame is not something we're born with. It's something that was given to us from, you know, past generations here, right? Past the people that raised us when we were younger. This is something that we got from other people. Shame is you only get shame from someone else. If you think of, kind of, it reminds me of the bullying kind of situation, where the bully has a lot of shame, and so he needs to get rid of it, or she needs to get rid of it, and they will bestow it and give it to their victims, right? And bully other people, because we want to get rid of this shitty shame. And so the universe wants you to get rid of this shame, or bring some awareness to, where is this coming from? And the Ace of Pentacles has come up here in reverse. And the pentacle itself is, like I said, the body. It's all about grounding. It's all about getting back into your body and starting to become aware of what kind of thoughts we have. And this is in reverse here. So there is a resistance on your part to start to really, you know, go inwards and get out of our heads, get out of these mental belief systems that we have about ourselves, the self-worth, the shame that we have about ourselves. Everybody has shame. We just don't know it, or we don't want to admit it. But they're just the shitty feelings that we have about ourselves. And so the universe wants to bring you a new offer here. You know, this is a new chance for you to get into your body. And that's how, and start to feel some of these emotions of shame. And that's what's holding you back. And the Strength card's the last card here. And the Strength is what everyone has to open up that Pandora's box, you know, open up that lion's mouth here. Well, this is a lamb, but usually it's, you can see she's got this lion here. You know, we all have that strength to open up that lion's mouth. I'm thinking of the Rider-Waite deck. You know, we all have that strength to open up that Pandora's box and start to feel some of those emotions, but it's come in reverse here. And so it's so hard sometimes because we don't have the belief that we can do it, or we've just kind of given up, right? Because maybe we've tried all this time and we don't know. But there's something that's come up here, like I said, in your life, that this tarot moment's come in where it's forcing you now to take a look at. Listen, it's time we look at some of these mental thoughts, these mental belief systems that you have about yourself of unworthiness that has to be looked at now. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a playlist that I made on shame, and so that you get an understanding of where and what shame really means, and I'll give you some help in there of what to do with it to get rid of it. All right, so take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.